I'll put this on YouTube. This is kind of like one of the ways to blow up Kano, right? So we got Kano here. And a lot of you guys, like, you don't, like, you're impatient, right? A lot of you guys, your problem is impatience. You won't just wait. So you'll do this dumb shit. Don't ever do that, okay? You do that as a read on a high, okay? If you know for a fact they are going to do a high and you want to go under it because you have seen them do that a lot, right? If I'm Kung Lao and I'm in the neutral and I'm literally playing the neutral like that, right? I'm backing up. I'm trying to catch you with that high. I'm trying to play gimmicks with that. That's when you go for the forward 3. The reason why people get away from with forward 3 a lot, right? Or actually, let me set this up, right? The reason why people get away with forward 3. Hold on, let me set that to that, right? So you do that and then block. Okay? They get away with forward 3 because it has no hit or block stun, right? You can press immediately after you block it, right? Right? So like, there we go. So yeah, like as soon as you hear the sound effect, you just press. You see the little white thing? As soon as you see the white hit spark from like when he fucking rolls forward, right? You see that hit spark? That's when it's time to press. You could do a reversal special if you want, and then that'll like save the input. But like really, you just hit him with like a decent mid. You could even do, I don't think you could do a high though. It goes under highs, right? But you could do a decent mid. This is like a frame perfect one, right? I can't even, back 3 don't work. It's got to be frame perfect. But forward 1, as soon as he rolls and you see that white flash, right? You press and you can blow him up for it. There's like hardly any block stun after the animation. It has a long animation, right? So like he does it, and then like if you look, boom, right? He kind of like readjusts his weight, right? He doesn't just like roll and instantly go into his crouch block animation, right? He does like, look, he kind of goes, ooh, let me catch my balance. Okay, now I'm a block, right? So there's a little bit of a recovery animation after the roll that you have to watch out for. But as soon as that recovery animation ends, you can press a button, and you should. Because if you get rid of that, now Kano has to think before he tries to get in and do his dumb shit. He has to, like, outsmart you. He has to think harder, right? He can't just get in. Usually they'll approach with, like, forward 1, or they'll walk forward and do back forward donkey kick, right? But they can't just use that roll. And so it's important when you're playing Kanos, right? You know what to look for. Right? You want to, like, in that range, you have to look at what he can do. If he does forward 3, I'm going to block it and punish it. If he does forward 1, okay, he's in. He's in. That's his get in for free tool, as long as he spaces it right, right? If he goes for knives, I'm going to jump over and punish for a full combo. If he's doing, like, neutral jump, Kano ball, or whatever, I'm just going to wait, right? Generally speaking, you're going to wait, see what he does, and then make a read from there. But you have to know what his options are from that range. And from that range, his options are very, very limited, right? You look at what he's got, and it's like he doesn't have a whole lot to get in, right? He's got forward 1, and that's really good. But the range is pretty bad, and, like, he can get caught, right? If he tries to do forward 1 and he outspaces it and I backdash, that's when I hit him with the high, right? Let me show you that in action. Let me show you that in practice. Okay, so like if he misspaces forward 1, 2, right? Let me not backdash when I do it, right? If he misspaces forward 1, 2, back 2, right? It's the backdash into the high, right? You see backdash, look at my inputs. Well, I'm Kung Lao, so my backdash is trash. But right, from that range, right, you make the read, and I don't even have to move very far. Like, I can just move a little bit and get my backdash punished, right? And that's where the mix-up on Kano is. Is he going to approach with forward 1, where the mid, you know, has shitty range, or do you do the forward 3 where you have better range but you're punishable? That's what the Kano has to be thinking. And so you have to recognize that Kano always has the fact that he can be punished in the back of his mind. That's intrinsic to Kano's game plan, is he knows where he's unsafe, and when you don't punish him, right? When you let him get away with his stupid shit, that's when Kano's become empowered, right? They're like, oh, he didn't punish this. He doesn't know. I can do this all day. And when Kano start doing their dumb shit all day, that's when you feel overwhelmed. You're like, fuck, what do I do, man? He's just blowing me up, man. He does the forward 4, and now I'm in the corner. Like, he just does the forward 3, and he rolls, and I can't shoot him. He throws a knife, and then I try to shoot back, and he forward 3s. And that's because you're not thinking about his options at each range, right? From this range, right, from there, his options are limited. He has forward 3, forward 1, and knives. He could Kano ball, right? That's dumb as fuck. And sometimes they'll do that. But, like, it's forward 3, forward 1, maybe a back 3 or a donkey kick. But it's like forward 3, forward 1, and knives. And so when you get that mix up in your mind, right, from this range, he's going to do forward 3, forward 1, or knives. And so you have to have the answer, right? If he does forward 3, I'm going to hold my ground, block, and punish. If he does forward 1, I need to stick out a button to stop him, right? So he walks into it. Or backdash punch, right? You can do down 4. Down 4 is what I like to use. So at that range where Kano's at, I'll just do down 4, like, you know, and not fuck it up, right? Down 4 to check him, maybe a special cancel off of it, right? Into hat, right? So that's forward 3, block, punish. Forward 1 is stick out a button, interrupt. Knives is just jump, right? If he does knives from that range. So we'll just start right here, right? And he does knives. Oh, let me not fuck it up, though. There we go. Amplified knives, right? Jump in full combo. So at that range, that's my decision-making process. That's Kano's decision-making process. And so that's where the counterplay is. And if you don't know those escapes and you don't know those situations, yeah, Kano, he just resets you back into it, right? Because of the back 1. And that's the other thing I was talking about. I was just playing a set with someone. They were going for, like, optimal damage, like really big shit. They have the magnet equipped, and they would go, like, you know, back 2, 1-1, forward 2, lumbar check, right? Maximum damage. And that's pretty big damage, but it's really scarier, much scarier if you would have done, like, magnet into back 2, into 1-1, like back 1 knife, and then put them restanding. Kano's a control character. If you think of Kano like magic cards, if you've played magic cards, Kano is blue and black mana, right? He's like black mana because he has shit like dots and stuff that you can kind of, you know, cast and forget. But he also controls you with his frame data. Like, he has plus frames. He has stuff that's like death on block, that's special cancelable to trap. He's got flawless block setups, but counters to flaw. Like, he controls you. He makes you not do what you want to do. And he kind of blows you up for that. And you have to know where you're allowed to do what you want to do. Or you could play disrespectful, right? If he does forward 1, he's at +1. It's like, fuck you, dude. I'm a down 3. I don't fucking care, right? Down 3, I'm fucking, you know, I'm fucking Devora. Down 3 into Caputo Rush or whatever. That's the key, though, with Kano. The key with Kano is you have to know his frame data and you have to know his gaps. Otherwise, he just smothers you, and it's really stupid. Kano is a character that is built to punish your lack of knowledge. He's really like a thinking man's character, which makes sense, right? Because he's like, you know, he doesn't have powers and shit in the lore. Like, he just has strategy and, like, really smart usage of gadgets and technology, right? That's Kano. Kano's more of like a thinking man's fighter in the lore, even though he's an asshole, right? But he's still like, he wins with his mental, right? And that's kind of how Kano plays, is do they know how to stop me? So at that range, right, just keep that in mind. At this range, right, he's only going to do one of 3 things, generally speaking. There are exceptions. He could do other shit, right? But we know that he's looking for one of those 3 things, and so you have to be able to navigate that. It's a 1 in 3 chance. And obviously, my moves and my decisions are going to come into play, right? My strategy is going to affect what he tries to do. So don't think of this as a catch-all thing, and that's why I don't really like explaining these situations and these guide kind of things, because the comment section is going to be a million comments of, but what if this, but what if that, but what if this? Right? Obviously, my character is going to factor into what's going on. But I'm saying that with Kano, if you understand that gameplay in the neutral, you can navigate him a lot easier. And if you're a Kano and you understand that gameplay in the neutral and you can navigate that to mindfuck your opponent, that's the essence of what Kano is all about. Like, that is the essence of, I know these things and you don't, and I'm going to make you pay for it. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys out with Kano a little bit. I hope that you guys stop struggling, but in the neutral, like, that's his decision-making process. It's not very complicated, but once he lands one of those things, what he will do is complicated, and it will loop back into itself, right? Especially if you're comboing into back 1. That's why it's important. That's why his damage is so low, because he makes it to where you can't do anything for most of the match. It's kind of like Jackie, but like, instead of getting 1 touch and deleting your health bar with that Jackie combo you can't break out of, he gets one touch and deletes your health bar in the corner, and you can't block or escape it. It's all guaranteed damage over time. So it's the same concept of like, this is damage you cannot avoid. But it's a very simple mind game. It's a very simple mindset. So hopefully that helps you out. Maybe like, comment, subscribe, and fucking complain about some shit. I don't know. Whatever you guys do. Let me try it again. All right, I'm going to add this to the Kano recording. But for that down one slime, y'all are getting blown up. You just backdash and punish. All right? I missed it there. I didn't space it right. There it is. So you saw my inputs, right? When he does down one, if you read a slime after the down one hit, back one, and you'll blow it up. All right? You got to time it properly. But the idea is... Oh, damn it. Let me do it right. Anyways, I already showed you, right? The idea is that buffers also work for dashing. So when you hit a button during block stun, the game buffers the inputs, which means it saves and repeats the input over and over and over for a certain amount of time. The buffer is 5 frames. So if you block a move and you hit backdash, even if your timing is off, as long as you hit back within 5 frames of block stun ending, you will get that backdash. So what I do is I just, as soon as you block the poke, hit back one, and you will always catch him. And every character has something that can punish down one into slime. Every character can punish it. Sub-Zero just happens to be block slime, backdash, back one. But like, if you're getting blown up, that's the answer. Hold on. Before, there, you get out of that. Before I go further, okay, because somebody is saying in the chat that with the slime punish, right, you don't want to backdash, you just walk back. But walking back doesn't get the input buffer. When you do a backdash, it counts as a special move cancel, sort of. Walking back does not.